you.
This first one is she's a living artist, so she's not an old master. I just saw this and it may be watercolor. So I'm not sure. I'm not very skilled at watercolor, but I just thought this was so beautiful. Felice Francois de Felice. I'm sure I'm butchering her name. But I
That's
kind of
really neat. That's really
it's
interesting.
different. It's interesting, but I'm not sure. I mean, I think we could pull it off in whatever medium, even pastel.
It
Um,
almost like collage.
it does. It really does.
Could do that too.
But anything to make us look in a different way, because I tend to choose the same kind of paintings, the Sargent type paintings or the portraits, and I'm just trying to make myself get outside that box and look at something a little different. If you have anything on your computer, please share it because I'm open to whatever.
Okay.
These next three are this Richard Edward Miller. And I started reading a little bit about him. He studied, was around Monet's estate, 1900. Friends with Frederick Fries. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I love his work. Frisiki. I don't know if that's how you say it. Um, his paintings, these paintings are so colorful and almost like stained glass to me. Let me get rid of that for a second. Mostly women, mostly garden scenes, but they entail a still life, a garden, and a figure, and
Mhm.
beautiful clothing. So that's one of the reasons I chose these. Here's another of his, Richard Edward Miller. This is the goldfish. I love this. I love that bowl of goldfish on the table there. And I just, of course, you know me and my bohemian clothes. I
Yes.
love these colors on this tablecloth, and I just thought how fun that would be to do one of his. And then here's another one of his, which is I forget what this is called. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. So I'm gonna whoops. I'm gonna show you what I had picked out, what I sent to you guys. Let me see if I can make it bigger so you can kind of see the strokes in there. I love the skin tones on his people. The beautiful peachy, luminous shadows on the neck, and look at it's peach and
Mhm.
green. Um, and then Denise, you like this one. This is an illustrator, Harry Anderson, and I started reading a little bit about him. Very interesting life. He's a man of faith. He's a lot like Rockwell. He got sick with using, he started having bad stomach and nausea issues and realized it was the turpentine in the oil paint. So he had to stop using oil paint. So a lot of his paintings are done in casein. Am I saying that right? Casein.
Huh.
Um, and it's just interesting egg tempera and casein. And so
Interesting. Is that what this is done in?
I don't know. I looked to try to find out. Here is another version of that painting. Look how different they are.
I think what attracted me to it is it's so much like Rockwell.
It
I
is
think,
a lot like
and
Rockwell.
illustration, and I am a sucker for great illustration.
I know it. I know it. And I don't know what she's got a little mouse in that box. Is that the cutest thing ever? It's a sardine can, and there's a little mouse in there. Um, so anyway, those. Let's see. There was one more, I think. Oh, of course, Mucha, Alphonse Mucha. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his work. He was a pretty interesting fella. Denise, Bridget, you are. You like his work?
Yes.
Have you ever tried
Always
any
have.
of it?
Yes.
You
I
have?
did one. The woman with the peacock I painted long time ago.
Okay.
Long time ago.
He has a very colorful life to study. I always like to study a little bit about the artist too, to look at behind the scenes. So here's a couple. I mean, he has a ton of them, but lots of illustrations for posters, and of course the job cigarette papers are in the 70s.
Mhm.
They were everywhere because everybody's smoking weed around me, and there were job papers everywhere. Um, they were meant to be cigarette papers, but he was the creator of those images. And I loved finding these models that he used and seeing how he interpreted the models,
Mhm.
black and white. So he would be very interesting to study as well.
Absolutely.
So I've got basically three. I think I'll throw away the first one just because she's a living artist, and whoops, I got too far back.
Oh, don't. I really liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah. My choice was the first one.
The first
and
one.
The first one and the grandmother. I like, but the first one, you could do so many different things with it, I think.
True.
But anyway, that's my choice. That one, I'll do whatever anybody else wants to do. Because regardless of what we're going to learn. So that's okay.
Well, I want to hear what you're enthusiastic about, because again, that makes it so much more fun. But sometimes doing something that you're not really that excited about, you can find things, you can learn and find things about it that you would have missed because you weren't naturally drawn to it. So who else? Bridget, you like Muka?
I do, but I'm scrolling now through Richard Edward Miller's work, and wow, there's some gorgeous stuff there.
I know he's got a lot of beautiful stuff. Okay, anybody else have any remarks that you want to add?
I would have troubles with that one.
With the little boy in the bed?
Yes, because it reminds me of a hospital bed, and that would be very hard for me right now.
Right now, yeah.
True.
Oh, yeah. Well, that
Yes,
reminds
yes.
me of my grand.
That doesn't mean you can't do it. I would have trouble showing up if you all were doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
get
like
it.
the first one and the woman at the window. I think those
I
are
like
my
the
favorite.
first one, the goldfish, and then that other one that had like a plate or something she was holding up. It was a different artist. No. Keep going.
I like that one too.
Oh,
the woman.
Muka.
I like that one with the goldfish. It was that one.
That's Mucha. Yeah.
That's Mucha,
think
and then
the
there's the
reason I
goldfish.
like-
I like that one, and then the
Goldfish
first one.
so much is because the bowl is so tightly in focus.
I know.
Everything else is just softened out to the edges. It's just, it has such depth because of that.
It does.
There's no doubt that is the focal point. You don't have to know that the name of it is the goldfish bowl.
Right. And the little girl is almost a blur. Her face. It
Yeah.
reminds me of Mary Cassatt's little girl that we.
Mhm.
It's really soft. Well, how about this? I mean, they're all wonderful. So how about we just throw these all in the satchel and we do one a month or something. We'll see. I don't know how the holidays get busy, so we may skip some months. But how about we do several of them?
It's a great idea that we do.
I
more
love
than-
it.
I love that idea. Sure. And it doesn't matter what I'm good with any of them. I just told you what I like best.
Yeah.
I'm good with any of them
Oops.
because I'm going to learn from all of them. It's okay.
Right. I think we can. I know we can learn from all of them. And so here's the difference. We'll hold off on the sick child for now. I think this one is beautiful. I think all the colors. We just have to
I
figure
think
out.
that's about perspective. To me, that grandmother is helping the child feel better. It was a very sweet moment to me. I just saw it differently.
Yeah, he's home. He's home with the flu or something, and she's
No.
Yeah,
I see that. I
nurturing.
see that too. It's just.
I see love in it. That's what I see.
Oh, it's a beautiful painting. Just for me, it's kind of depressing. I don't know.
Yeah,
Look
that's
how
okay.
different. Look how different it is. So we'd have to choose when we do this at some point if we decided to. Look how different renditions are. One is green and one is red.
The colors on the left make it look like it's a fatality. We're
Yes.
losing him.
Yes.
And the one on the right.
I think
makes it
you're
look
right, Bridget.
like healing. He's healthier.
I hadn't thought of
See?
that.
Yeah.
That's an
Wow.
education right
Yeah.
there.
It looks like the left one is permanent and the right one is temporary. I don't know. You're right. Isn't that
Oh,
amazing what the
nice.
difference in color did?
Very, very important. Very important, those things. All right. Well, then, let's see. I guess I'll just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo and pick one. It will look different. I think it will be different for me right now because I'm getting ready to start teaching school again. And so, again, what I thought I might do is work on these videos, send you some video clips with just some tips of what like maybe how I started with this and some tips, and then let you work on it. If you want to work on it while we're in class, that's fine. We can do that too, but we'll work on it, come back and share what we've done. It'll give
Great.
us some accountability for through the week. To hey, did you get your drawing done? And then I won't just sit and make you watch a whole video because
Let's remember to post on our page.
Yes,
I'm the world's worst about that.
try to post. It's so
but
important.
let's try to post what we're doing
Yes.
so
Um,
we can encourage
can I-
other people.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, that's what we're here for.
What Jen does, and I think goes along with what Denise was just saying, and what you were just saying, is on every Wednesday by midnight, you post like what you're working on, your progress.
Mm.
And because she reviews it on Thursday, but and then we have class on Saturday. But so if you just pick a day and say, okay, let's everybody post some progress. I gotta
That's a
tell
good
you,
idea.
it makes you work.
Yes, it does.
But it makes accountability, and it kind of like, it's kind of exciting to see where everybody is, and it's kind of humbling sometimes, but that's okay too.
But it
That's
takes it all.
But
that's
it would make our page more active too, and it might help with like what Denise was saying.
Get other people
People
excited
more.
about it. To see our bad stages as well, because everybody's always intimidated when everything's beautiful up there.
one
I
of
just
the
watched the thing
things
about
I've always said, one of the best teaching moments that I've ever received from you, Christy, is when you showed me what you considered your mistakes and your things you didn't like, to be that transparent and to show me this is what a mistake looks like, but you can do this to fix it. That was huge. That was huge for me.
And if you're nervous about posting, watch on Eric Rhodes' page, watch Lori Putnam's video yesterday. She was hilarious. She was just like, I think when we're out there painting in front of people, we're just like, we want to make it so good that we do it all wrong because we know what we should do, but we're like, we got to have something that like or they're gonna be like, why was this woman allowed here?
So she posted this yesterday.
Yeah, it was a good landscaping, but it was just so, because Lori
I have
Putnam's
to
another very
check on-
successful artist that you don't think of her feeling vulnerable either.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but
You
it's
feel
hilarious.
naked. You feel naked when you tell something on yourself, or when you show
Yeah.
a stage that's not ideal. It's
And she
always
showed like
right.
3 progresses that they were not in a good stage, and she's like, see, mine doesn't look right either when I'm doing it right. When I'm like getting nervous and trying to impress y'all, I might do it. It might look like something while I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I love
It's not just
I grew up in San Diego and was a lifelong member of the San Diego Zoo. And I would go to sketch the animals, but I would only go on foggy or rainy days when there weren't people there, because I didn't want them to see the ugly phases. And if you've got a sketchbook there, somebody's going to look over your shoulder and see what you're doing.
that's right.
And it was really hard for me back then. And I learned from Carrie Waller a long time ago to post your in progress works. And it takes that vulnerability away from you, and you can own it. And then they can see eventually where you get to. And that really helped.
You look fabulous, by the way, Bridget.
She does. We said
Oh,
that
you're
when
so
she first
too.
got on.
You look fabulous.
She's glowing. She's glowing.
Thank you. That's because I'm outdoor. It's raining now, but I'm outside.
Years ago, I tried to get together with some artists when I was teaching, but I tried to get together with Sharon Shaver and Jennifer Simpkins, who were professional artists. Jennifer works for Portrait South, and she was getting $25,000 for a portrait. And I had lunch with them a couple of times, and I wanted to try to form a group of fellow artists.
Want to do that one time, don't you? 25,000.
Yeah. I don't want the pressure that goes with that, though, boy. But anyway, I remember it just kind of fizzled out, and it didn't last. And I was just sitting here thinking about that. God gives us the desires of our heart, and I have that with you girls, as iron sharpens iron. That we're all, wonderfully creative women, and sharing our struggles and our what motivates us, and just that Hebrews scripture came to me a while ago that says, spur one another on toward loving good deeds. Do not give up meeting together, as some are in the habit, but encourage each other all the more. And that's what we do, and that's what's so valuable about this. So, God does it in spite of me sometimes, and he sneaks up on me and says, here you go, I'm going to do it. Here's these girls right here. So y'all are just my favorites, and I'm so thankful to have you in my life. We've got about 5 minutes. Norma, did you say something? I'm sorry.
I just said we're thankful for you.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm
Thankful that you do this.
You just don't know how you bless me. I want to know what else you're working on. We saw some of Norma's work. Denise,
Oh, I've got big fine art going on over here.
let's see it.
It is.
Oh,
This is
cute.
crooked. This isn't on. I haven't made that permanent yet. I'm making an alphabet book,
oh,
but the only thing is, I decided to do it after I drew this chick, and things changed as I went on. It's like that was all done in pencil at first, and I thought, well, I don't like that. That's boring. So I threw some paint on it, and then I thought, nah, the background doesn't look good. So I threw that on it, and I just kept throwing things in it. And the gray that is in the chick is not cohesive with the rest of it, and I haven't figured it out yet. So,
oh
but
my
anyway,
gosh.
I'm making an alphabet book, but
Wow.
Have you done A and B?
no, it's totally out of order. Well,
That
I've
It's a
got
thought.
here.
Room for A and B.
I don't
You just
have.
never
I do
know.
not have the alphabet in order. So
Start
whoever-
with C. I love it.
You can start wherever you want to, Denise. You don't have to
B-
start with A.
Oh,
B is after. I've got B after C.
so is that an
Oh.
H or is that is that an H or an R?
That could be
Oh, I
an
don't-
H. That's
I hadn't
right.
thought about that. I could be either one. And
You've
then
given me a great idea, Denise, for my.
here's my D.
Oh, how cute.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh, these are
Oh.
wonderful.
Anyway, I've got to do all the background. But see, I wanted to do all my drawings in pencil.
Mhm.
But if any tips anybody's got, I'll take them. But then when I go to throwing all the rest of the stuff in it, it's not cohesive. So I don't know
What
what
do you
I'm.
mean?
Well, you see the gray and the bird.
Hold on, let me spotlight.
It's not anywhere else in here. It's just
Oh.
totally random, so to speak. But anyway, I haven't glued that on yet.
Try to put a little purple in that gray, but it's going to darken it probably. But
In here,
wherever the gray's bothering you, just
Oh, that's a great idea, though.
should
Yeah.
I put purple and then out here somewhere?
I don't. You don't have to necessarily.
Should I reflect this right here up on this?
Yep.
Okay.
It reminds me, my
That's what-
sister's raising ducks right now, and they're in the she calls them the little pigs. I got to go clean out the little pigs cage right now. They're not fluffy and cute like that right now in the middle
Mhm.
school. But no, I would do maybe a little, even some pastel or something. Try a little pastel lavender.
But then I have to. You mean pastel color?
Yeah.
Not
The
pastel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just
So
rub
put
a little
some.
pastel on it.
Well, how am I going to get it? Then I would have to spray it.
Oh, I don't know. No, Daryl didn't do that. Daryl just put layers upon layers, and he would do watercolor.
Yeah, but
and pastel,
his
and-
wasn't in a sketchbook where it rubbed.
That's true. But if you just did a
I
thin
would
coat,
dry
probably-
brush it in a pastel color.
Yeah,
In gold or
Dry
acrylic.
brush and a
try
pastel.
that. Yeah.
Okay, those are good tips. I'll think about that. And whatever I learn here will help me when I start to do the other pages out of sequence.
I'm going to do that for my preschoolers at school. I'm looking for a curriculum, and I found these wonderful little ABC letters on Pinterest that you make animals out of each one. So
They could make their own.
I'm going to get them a little sketchbook. They're 4 and 5 years old, and let them do the ABCs and do drawings on the other
That's
page.
that would be good for them.
That'd be
And you
easy.
can call yours a topsy-turvy alphabet there.
Oh, I love that name. I've got to write that down in this book right now.
Oh my gosh,
guys,
y'all are so awesome.
Wonderful. I missed you so much last month. I'm sorry I missed that. And I'm
Wow.
looking forward to our old masters coming up.
Me too. Anybody else have anything? We got to close off. You want to share real quick, Carla? Are you reaching for something? Let me spotlight.
So Spock, it's in progress, but she's having us do
Oh,
the
Good.
thank you. It's at a frustrating stage for me, but she's having us do the shade shapes. so that when you paint, you'll
Block it in.
block it in.
Shapes.
Uh,
Yeah.
So
I
I'll
love
post
that.
it when I don't. If this is the beginning of week 2 progress. So we'll
I
see.
heard that tone, that body language we're learning about in Bible study. I heard
It's
you
so
go,
it's at such a frustrating stage. Well, I'll show you. This is a copy of. This is what it's supposed to look like.
oh wow.
Really? Oh, it's beautiful drawing.
Very nice.
So I've got a long ways to go, and I've got to have it by midnight on tomorrow.
I love it.